Hello action figure fans, this is HammerTron here with a new action figure review for you. This is a review of the Masters of the Universe Origins Evil-Lyn action figure by Mattel. This was released in 2020. It says so right up here in the corner. It comes in a bubble carded figure with a bubble on it. There we can see Evil-Lyn and all the accessories that she comes with. Very nice card that looks like the original Masters of the Universe action figure packaging from the 1980s. So here's the front, here is the top, here is the bottom, here is one side, here is the other side, and here is the back. On the top part we have some nice artwork showing Evil-Lyn in action. Evil-Lyn's action feature, which is really just posing the action figure with more articulated joints than the original, and a cross-cell showing the other action figures available at the same time, plus some manufacturing information on the bottom there. So I will open this up and review the action figure in just a moment. Here is Evil-Lyn freed from the plastic prison. Evil-Lyn comes with a couple accessories. Here we have a comic book. This is exactly the same comic book as the other comic books that came with the other action figures in this wave, which we see on the back here. Evil-Lyn comes with a scepter, magic scepter. Looks like it's nicely sculpted, but I don't see any painted detail. It's a bit pliable, although we don't want to bend it too much. Looks okay. Here is the Evil-Lyn action figure. Let's see how tall she is. According to the tape measure, up to the top of her helmet, looks like she's almost 6 inches tall, or almost 15 centimeters tall. So with the headdress that she has on there, makes her one of the taller figures. So this Evil-Lyn, I think, was inspired by the original Evil-Lyn action figure from the 80s. That's why she's kind of a yellow color, yellow skin there, and kind of a blue-purple outfit there. Now I think this is exactly the same body mold as Teela, except colored differently for Evil-Lyn, and of course a different head. But it looks like all of the other details are the same. So nicely sculpted and painted. There's some paint in some places where there's no paint, so nicely sculpted boots there. Peg holes on the heels, and just a little bit of detail on the back. So nice looking action figure. So let's check out the articulation. With the head, we cannot get her to look up. Oh, this headdress is actually a bit rubbery or pliable, so it'll bend if we touch it. So we cannot get her to look up. She can look down just a little bit, side to side, and just a little bit of head tilting. At the shoulders, they go out this far. When I was testing the action figure earlier, I pushed a little too hard and this arm came off, which is not too big a deal. It was easy to put it back in. So these shoulders go out. They go around, and this one goes around, and seems to go out, but it'll go around. We have a single jointed elbow that's working, and a swivel at the elbow, so that is working. That is working. The wrist will twist, and then there's a hinge. So that's working. And this one works, a twist, and then the hinge. There's a waist twist. So that is working. At the hips, Evil-Lyn can do the splits. Very nice. And She can kick forward that far and kick back just a little bit. She can kick forward that far, kick back just a little bit. No upper thigh cut like some 6-inch action figures. There's a single jointed knee with the interesting lip from the top, but the single jointed knee goes up that far. This one goes that far. There is a swivel at the knee, so that'll twist at the knee. The same thing on this one. So the knee swivels. There is a boot cut. So that is turning at the boot cut there. That is turning at the boot cut there. The ankles go down. She can go through the tippy toes there. And go up this far. That's pretty good. And there's ankle pivot, so that is working. And this side is working. So very good. And she can hold her scepter in her hand. Let's get her hand lined up. There we go. So looks like Evil-Lyn. If we can get her standing up straight here. It looks like she is ready to join Skeletor and fight against He-Man and against the other good guys. Here is Evil-Lyn next to a pair of 4-inch action figures. On the right is an adventurer from an Animal Planet set I reviewed a while ago. On the left is the Fortnite Jonesy action figure by Jazzwares. Here is Evil-Lyn next to a pair of boneheaded 6-inch scale action figures. On the left is the Valiverse Action Force, the Bone Collector, which is more like 6.5 inches tall. And on the right is the Fortnite Legendary Series Skull Trooper by Jazzwares. And it looks like Evil-Lyn fits in very well at the 6-inch scale. Here is Evil-Lyn next to a pair of 7-inch scale action figures. Both of them are made by Mattel from the Masters of the Universe Masterverse series action figures. On the left is the Evil-Lyn from the Revelation cartoon, and on the right is the He-Man from the Revelation cartoon. And the Origins, Masters of the Universe Origins Evil-Lyn in the middle there can fit in with this scale if she is an unusually small woman or maybe more of a childlike character. I like this Masters of the Universe Origin style action figure. They're relatively cheap compared to other action figures, although we do see that there's less painted detail, especially on the weapons. There's no paint on this magic scepter, while the Masterverse version of Evil-Lyn had a very nicely decorated scepter. The articulation is much better now than it was in the 1980s. And it does feel pretty good and sturdy, so I'm happy about that. So I am enjoying this series of action figures from Mattel, the Origin style, where it's based on the original action figures from the 80s, but better articulation today. So thank you for watching my review video. Remember to like the video, leave a comment, let me know what you think of this action figure, and subscribe to my channel to keep up to date with my future reviews and commentaries and overviews. I'll see you next time, action figure fans.